Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Creature Life. Well, the last few weeks we've been going over the days of creation, and now this week we have gotten to the final day, which is day 6. Now, in this video, I will only cover the first half of day 6, and next week we'll cover the rest of it. So, I am reading today from Genesis 1. Verses just 24 and 25. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle, and creeping thing, and beast of the earth, each according to its kind." And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So just like we had from day 5, when God created the winged creatures and sea creatures, they were all according to their kind. See this again on day 6 with land animals, that they were made according to their kind. So we have the horse kind, the dog kind, or Canadia, I think it is, and equine, I believe, is horse, and you also have cattle and various different kinds of animals. Got bears and iguanas and reptiles and so on and so forth. I could see reptiles are a little bit combination between land and aquatic creature, but I would believe that they were created on day 6, as they're more land than aquatic animals. But again, just as before, with sea creatures were with our kind. So let's take the dog kind for example. Excuse me there. Right now, I have no idea what the total number is, but we have a multitude of dog breeds. So we get the, say, the poodle, the Great Shepherd, Great Dane, the German Shepherd, and we get combinations that have different things. We get schnauzers, and say, I'm not a dog person, so don't quote me. But we would have seen here, according to their kind, that God would have created just 2 original dog kind. So a male and a female, and from them we have all the genetic diversity that we see today. So you say, how in the world can this be? Well, we see even in domestic breeding with dogs and other species or kinds that we combine traits that we want together and to have it in one. So say this dog can tolerate cold temperatures, like Alaskan Husky, I think, or something like that. And this dog over here has a better nose that can have more depth of smell than, say, something else. So combine those two, you can get a dog that can tolerate very cold temperatures and have a very cute smell, that they can do things like work in drug or bomb detection in places such as Russia or Siberia, and be outside without any problems. I recently heard about this scenario that, I think it was my dad read an article about it somewhere, that somewhere in Siberia they needed a dog that could tolerate temperatures outside that were like -20 or well below that for regular working conditions outside. And that's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. But the dogs they had that could tolerate the temp did not have the ability to smell the different chemicals or things in the luggage. So they just combined the two and got what they desired. So they did not make any new traits or anything new mechanisms. They just had a combination of existing traits that they used. And that's what the original dog kind would have had. That they would have had all the available traits or different types of, say, fur and smell and all the different things we use now. And then their offspring would have been more of differentiated, especially as it goes through the generations. Again, it goes against the mainstream of evolution that with time that traits are gained and that new ones are added. No, it's not the case. We see that new traits or just new combinations are made, but we don't get anything new. And if you have something, say, like a poodle or a very small dog that, I don't remember the names of them, but that can fit like in your hand, like, let's say, a teacup chihuahua or something. If you take a chihuahua and breed it with another one, that's what you're going to get. You will never be able to get from a chihuahua up to something like a wolf without adding in more combinations from other dogs. Now, if you wanted to go from a wolf down to a chihuahua or something that fits in your hand, you can do that again. I don't know why you would want to, but some people like really small dogs, so I guess that's why. But that is what we see and what has happened with all the different kinds on the earth. So just as the cattle kind, well, we have different kinds of, say, meat. Animals or cows like Angus produce very good beef, or we also have Holstein cattle that are great for milk. And we have different horse breeds such as a quarter horse or the large draft horses. And also within the horse kind we have things like zebras and mules and donkeys and all those. So since they're of the same created kind, that usually means that they can breed together with each other. So if you get, say, a horse and a zebra, you'll get a zorse. Or a zebra and a donkey, you get a zonkey. And these combinations may look a little funny for what we expect today, but it shows that they are the same created kind. Also, within the cat kind, you can do the same with lions and tigers and breed them together and get a liger and all kinds of different combinations. And the cat kind goes all the way from large wild animals of the cheetah, the tiger, the lion, as well as all the way down to like the bobcat and domestic cats as well. If you watch any of these animals and see their characteristics, you can see they're all the cat kind. So again, it's not something that is added to them. It's just the parent species has the genetic ability to go down to what we have today. But as God created here on day 6, we also would have had species or kinds that were created that are now extinct. So one area is that people try to say that dinosaurs lived and died a long time before man. Well, dinosaurs generally are land-dwelling animals, at least those that walked on their legs and ones that we generally think of dinosaurs, such as, say, the Bronchiosaurus or something like the T-Rex or the various different types of dinosaurs that we have seen. So they would have been created on that same day and would have therefore lived with mankind as well. And as we'll get to here in a little while, we also need to remember that originally, as far as we are now, in just day 6, that everything was very good and it did not eat meat. So that they were not dangerous to people to be around, as it would be today. But yes, dinosaurs would have been created, and we read in the book of Job even that a description in Job 39, I believe it is, Job 39 and 40, of what sounds very much like dinosaurs that we have fragments of, or we see the fossils of it today. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the flood. But again, day 6, we see that everything was created just of their kinds. We have differentiation since then, but they did not evolve from some single one cell item and then get more complexity. They were made as they were and to do what they do and to live in different areas and environments. But we will look at this day a little bit further next week, as I said, and we get to the creation of mankind. But until then, thank you very much for watching. As I said, please do ask questions below, as in probably 2 more episodes I'll be answering some questions about creation, and we can look at some of those or whatever I find on the internet too. So that's it for now, and hope to see you next week. Bye for now.